in the story of the only one of the 6 men they can find.
New federal regulations designed to protect 4.5 million workers exposed to dangerous substances. That leads tonight's nightcap. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration today slapped new regulations on 164 potentially dangerous substances used in manufacturing, limiting how much workers should breathe or touch certain materials. The feds say the new rules should save lives of 700 workers a year who would get cancer or other illnesses from such contact. 2 government economic reports out today have some experts predicting a 2% rise in inflation this year. Retail sales in 1988 rose 7%, the highest in 4 years, and wholesale prices jumped 4%. Both indicate the economy is heating up. Oliver North no longer faces the major charges of conspiracy and theft. The federal judge in the case dropped those charges because the Reagan administration will not supply top-secret documents demanded by North's attorney for his defense.
The so-called subway vigilante Bernhard Goetz was sentenced today to a year in jail and fined $5,000 for his conviction on weapons charges. Goetz shot 4 black youths he said tried to rob him on a subway train 4 years ago. He was acquitted of attempted murder charges. John Hancock insurance agent Ronald Stone of Albany is charged tonight with bilking his clients out of tens of thousands of dollars and then betting it at OTB. The insurance company caught on to what Stone was doing and turned him in. John Hancock says it will make good on all the policies. And that's our nightcap of today's top stories this Friday.
And ahead on the night team report at 6 o'clock, we had a mystery on our hands, but a local woman comes forward to solve the case. That's in People in the News.
But first, meteorologist John Cessarich with a little bit of everything for the weekend.
Pretty much so. Just about. You name it, I've got it for you. I'll be back with the forecast in just a moment.
Well, of course, as Paul mentioned, we just saw in the commercial there's a lot of ski areas making snow, but little ones like Alpine Meadows make snow.
Yeah, they really need Mother Nature's
They need a
snow.
lot of white stuff.
They really do, and I think once again we're setting up into a pattern where it looks like we're going to see sleet, freezing rain, and then rain.
And actually, we could all
snow.
be helped by the snow.
We really need some snow. I mean, I know a lot of people out there don't really want a lot of snow. I mean, the skiers, of course, like snow. But we actually need a little bit of a snowpack about just covering the ground, because if we don't get it with the bare soil, the permafrost, if we get another blast of Arctic cold without any snow on top, which insulates the ground, the permafrost can go all the way down to the pipes and cause some real problems.
Would
Your
that
water
mean a
pipes.
late planting in the spring for farmers?
That too, plus the fact that we need some snow, because we don't get any snow, then it melts in the spring. We need the reservoirs to fill up with some water, so we really need a lot of snow.
Gosh, I think I'm going to go up and join that snow dance.
Get up there and dance with them. I will. It looks like a lot of fun. We've only had 8 inches so far, and last year at this date we had 32 inches of snow.
Big difference.
Major difference. But then again, we still have a couple of months left, so hopefully the end of January and February will bring us some snow. We need it. By the way, I'll have the ski report for you in just a moment. Current temperature outside, 24 degrees under clear skies. We've been holding steady over the last several hours at 24. Steady barometer, 30.45 inches. Northwest breeze at 12 miles per hour. Gives us a wind chill factor of 3 degrees above zero. So with that brisk wind and the 24-degree temperature, it's pretty cold out there. Just a trace of snow at the airport. We had some pretty heavy snow squalls move through the Capital District. Hill towns in southwestern Albany County had about 5 or 6 inches of snow. And in the western Mohawk River Valley, they also had about a half a foot. Utica, Herkimer, all the way out to Syracuse, a half a foot of snow today. Just flurries, a dusting for us here in the Capital District. High temperature just after midnight last night at 41, and we dropped off to our current temperature of 24 degrees. It's been dropping all day. There's the record low and the record high on this date. Super radar showing we're dry finally in the northeast. Maybe a few scattered flurries right across the lakes, but that's about it. But here's the big mess down here. Dallas-Fort Worth area, some icing problems. In through Oklahoma, western Texas, it's all snow. And the northern edge of this, there's some freezing rain and ice pellets and sleet in the whole mess. Farther south, it's rain. And this storm system is going to start spreading in our direction, northeastward. Here's all the clouds associated with it. It will continue to move in and arrive here sometime by tomorrow night, bringing us once again probably sleet, freezing rain, maybe a little snow to start with, but it's mainly going to be freezing rain and sleet, I think, and then change over to rain on Sunday. Already it's pretty chilly. 20s, couple of teens already, 17 degrees in Bennington, Vermont, also 17 up in Messina. Travel weather tomorrow looks beautiful, 20s, 30s, and 40s, and dry for the entire Northeast. Back with the forecast in 30 seconds.
Gore has more of what skiers are looking for. More lifts, New York State's only gondola, and the industry's latest, a high-speed triple chair. More trails, 41 well-groomed slopes for every caliber skier. More for the family, a complete nursery including a play and ski program. More fun. The après ski activities are endless. More for your money. Gore offers you all this at a very affordable price. Gore has more of what skiers are looking for.
My forecast for overnight tonight, clear skies and cold down to 11 degrees. My wake-up call tomorrow morning, sunshine, light winds 8 to 14, sunrise at 7:23. During the day tomorrow, mostly sunny skies, high temperature 34, south winds up to 20 miles per hour, sunset at 4:45. And for tomorrow night, sleet, freezing rain late, kind of a messy situation, overnight low of 21 degrees. That mixed bag of precipitation will be in the morning on Sunday. Otherwise, it'll become rain by afternoon as we warm up to 40 degrees. Maybe a sprinkler flurry on Monday, and 31 degrees and dry on Tuesday. And now let's take a look at our ski report. We'll start off within Vermont. This is the way it shapes up to be. For Mount Snow, loose granular surface and 18 to 42-inch snow base. Stratton Mountain, also loose granular, 5 lifts and 33 trails open. The Berkshires for Butternut Basin, loose granular surface, a base of 12 to 48 inches. Brody Mountain, they've had 1 inch of new snow over the last 24 hours. And a packed powder surface, 6 lifts are open. And down to the Catskills, Ski Windham, wet snow, 14 to 70-inch snow base. Hunter Mountain, frozen granular surface, 20 to 98-inch snow base. They continue to make snow. 17 lifts are open. And for the Adirondacks, West Mountain, loose granular surface, 4 lifts, 6 trails open. And Gore Mountain, loose granular surface, 7 lifts, and 16 trails are open. Not bad, but it could be better. But they're still making snow, and they will continue to make snow all the way through this weekend.
Okay, thank you, John.
Okay.
Taking a look now at people making news. Tonight, a star is born. Remember, at 6, we asked you to help find Doris, the mystery woman. Well, tonight we found her. Last week, Doris was at the ASIPA premiere of His Honor. During the performance, the show's star went into the audience and spoke with Doris. She was such a hit that they wanted to use her in an ad for their Broadway opening. The only thing was, no one knew Doris's last name, and they needed her permission. Well, Doris Sullivan, that's her last name, called us tonight, says she's shocked and thrilled. She said she'd be in the commercial. We spoke with ASIPA, and they were thankful for the power of television.
Oh, I'm so happy for her. Coming up next in sports, Mike Cairns in for Jim Brennan tells us the Yankee star Dave Winfield says enough's enough.
Plus, the RPI hockey team starts off their big weekend by putting in some overtime. Stay with us.
And the stock market edged a bit higher today, undaunted by Friday the 13th superstitions. Here's a look at the closing Dow.
RPI's all-important weekend in the ECAC, starting off with overtime against Cornell. Mike Cairns is here with the story in sports.
Afraid it's not a good one, too, Ernie. A heartbreaker tonight at the RPI Fieldhouse. The Engineers seeing a little red this weekend, quite a bit of it, starting with the big red of Cornell, who sits in third in the ECAC. We'll pick up action in the first period. Bill Flanagan opens the scoring off. The face-off gets his own rebound. Engineers take a 1-0 lead. They'd fire 54 shots at the Cornell net tonight to just 42 for the big red. But it would be 2-2 after regulation, and Rob Lesueur would score 6:45 into the overtime session, giving Cornell a hard-fought 3-2 win. The same exact score that beat RPI by last year in overtime at the Houston Fieldhouse. Engineers fall to 9-6-2 overall. Colgate comes to town tomorrow night. Checking out some high school hockey action locally tonight. Albany Academy runs their record to 8-0 in the league with a 5-3 win. Todd Oliver and Craig Darby each had 2 goals. Now moving to the CBA, the Albany Patroons losing to Tulsa on the road tonight. Vince Askew had 26 for the Patroons, who took only 1 of 7 standings points. Pats also signing former Patroon Dominic Presley today. He played with the Pats during the 86-87 season, and he did suit up, and he scored 2 points tonight. Let's check out some of the NBA scores. These are finals tonight. Philly beat the Hawks in the Spectrum. Milwaukee took the Heat by 6. The Pistons having no problem in the Palace with the Bullets tonight, and Michael Jordan had 38 for the Bulls in their win over Denver. Now, locally, some high school action tonight. Linton and LaSalle battling for sole possession of second place in the Big Ten. LaSalle knocked off the Blue Devils by 8 tonight. Thurman Frierson, who's number 23 in white, was the game's high scorer with 22 points. LaSalle improving to 6-2, 10-2 on the year. Mike Mensner, number 41 in blue, had 16 for Linton, who falls to 5-3 8-3 overall. However, both still trailing Albany High, who's playing everybody tough this year, as we get ready to check out the rest of the area scoreboard tonight. Okay, here's what it looked like in the Big Ten. It was CCHS over Mount Pleasant. Chris Cavosi had 25. Albany still in first. They're a 19-point winner. Gold leader Guilderland a winner tonight in the Suburban Council. Shen 75-69 over Shaker. It was Colony over Saratoga tonight. Checking out some of the Colonial Council scores. Waterford a 7-point winner over Lansingburg. In the foothills, the big Gloversville just rolling right along. They're 5-0. 87-31 the final there. Chris Ciaccio had 20. Also tonight in the Tri-Valley League, Mayfield was a winner as well as Fonda. In the Northern tonight, it was Corinth over Fort Edward, 59-46. Mike Towers had 25. In the Patron, the big story there, Catskill upsets Maple Hill. They tie for first, 76-74 the final. And Warrensburg over Hadley Luzerne, 65-45. The National Hockey League tonight, Islanders and Devils matched up in the New Jersey Meadowlands. Islanders coach Al Arbor trying to get his team back on track. Falling behind early in this one. McLean drop pass for Tom Curvers. He's going to beat Kelly Rudy to the glove side with this shot here. It'll be 1-0 Devils. Now, Islanders would tie the game up after one in the second. Devils on the power play right here. Kirk Muller tips in Tommy Abilene's blast. From up top, Islanders rallying, though, for a 4-3 win over the Devils on the road. Also in the National Hockey League tonight, the red-hot Washington Capitals unbeaten in their last 7. They down the Oilers 5-3. Well, things are beginning to heat up in the Dave Winfield-George Steinbrenner battle. According to published reports today, Winfield is willing to meet with Steinbrenner to discuss a trade. However, Winfield did not name the teams he would like to be traded to, but did say his reported associations with a known gambler are not true at all, Ernie. And I was just listening to some of the interview upstairs, and he said that so many times professional athletes have their pictures on walls of bars and everything, and he says it's really no big deal. And he says, look who I'm being sued by.
Yeah, he picked the wrong guy to fight with.
Oh, that guy can sling mud with the best of them.
Yeah. He's got the ear of every reporter in town.
You got that right.
Yeah. Okay.
The two of them are certainly going to get some headlines.
Oh, sure.
Stay with us. Coming up in the Night Team Report, can you imagine filming a commercial in 30-degree weather in the middle of rush hour in Manhattan? We'll tell you what it was all about. In our finishing touch tonight, the stars on Broadway came off stage and into the streets to tell the world how much they love New York. It's all part of a new ad campaign to promote tourism in New York, and it was chaos for the fully costumed characters from Cats, Phantom of the Opera, and Les Miserables. They were filming right in the middle of Manhattan's rush hour, and as you might imagine, they drew quite a crowd. Theater, of course, is the centerpiece of this $2 million phase of the campaign.
And if you should see some